Welcome to episode 7 of Lawyers and Libations with Sarah and Rebecca.
Surviving summer.
Cheers. It's the summer solstice, so we're halfway through this crazy, hot, kid-chasing, lawyer-practicing experience.
Praise God. Whew. We're surviving it little by little.
Well, in order to help survive it a little bit better, I brought my favorite summer refreshing drink.
What is it? What is in
Well,
here? I like the
shockingly.
Masters cups.
Yeah, so
They're cute.
every time we go to the Masters, we may stuff our pockets with every Masters cup we can. So this is our
You're like,
we
you're
have
like walking out like a hobo.
Yes,
Like,
we have
shit all over
hundreds
your
of
back.
Masters cups, but it's nice because they're good to take a little roadie with.
They are. Yeah.
But so I made us a gin and tonic.
You do like your gin.
I do, with some lime. If you want to sample it.
Okay. Here we go.
Oh, I did make it a little stronger than I normally do at home, but so I like it best with Hendrick's
Christ.
gin,
Yep.
and then do a little product placement. The Fever Tree
Fever Tree
Light
has
Tonic.
some of the best products ever. They're just amazing.
It's
Yeah.
so good. And so I do think the reason I didn't get fat in the first half of COVID, unlike the second half of COVID, when it wouldn't end, I mean, this hardly has any calories. And so this
Yeah.
with gin and some lime or cucumber.
You do like your gin. It's similar to like the espresso martinis. When you move to gin, I get a little nervous.
Oh, I'm definitely
I do get
down for fun.
I do get nervous when you're like, I would really like whatever this fun gin drink is. I'm like, oh fuck.
Oh, yeah. Generally,
It's
that
one
means
of those nights.
Yeah, I'm going to Johnny's
Yeah,
or like
for
something
sure.
big. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
But what I like about this combo is it's not like the gin and tonics from college that was like
Oh,
the
gross.
cheap tonic and like the even cheaper gin that used to taste like hairspray. Like, this is refreshing.
No, it's delicious. Is the that's not the one that makes it turn purple, right? What's that purple?
It's
one?
Empress, which I also like.
I bought you a
That's
bottle
so
of
good.
that. Yeah,
Oh, did?
that's
Oh, yeah, you
good.
did.
Yeah.
And the cool thing about Empress is it changes colors based on whether or not you're putting acids or bases into your mixer.
So it's like purple or green or
It either goes like blue or to pink.
yeah.
So, I mean, if you're kind of a
So not
science
purple or
nerd.
green.
Yeah. So, if you're kind of like a science nerd, it's like a litmus test.
Yeah.
For like
All
what you're
right.
putting in.
I like that. It's about using your brain while drinking.
Absolutely.
Sounds good.
Well, so I thought it'd be fun to talk about our summer highs and lows since we're halfway through. So what's the best thing that's happened to you so far, summer 2023?
Summer 2023. I got back from Portugal and Mallorca, which was lovely. We did Sintra and then a place in the Douro Valley. So it was just Adeline and I for her birthday in Mallorca. And that was for 4 nights. And it was stunning and beautiful and so much fun. And then I met my family. There were 11 of us total in Portugal for Sintra and the Douro Valley. And I'll tell you, it was such an amazing once-in-a-lifetime trip, so much fun, but it brings up all your childhood stuff. So when I was at JFK flying home, I was like, I texted my therapist and I go, hey, man, do you have any emergency fucking openings for tomorrow? Because I'm in JFK and I just got home from 8 nights with 11 family members. So we need to fucking talk about some shit.
So that was like a high-low combo.
It was a high-low combo, yeah. Mallorca, amazing. And I mean, Portugal, amazing. I couldn't love it more. And my family, also amazing. But that's a long time with a lot of family members. But it was a beautiful trip. And so far, that's been the high. And then we're going to Supercopa in Sarasota for a soccer tournament, shockingly enough. So we'll have that going on. So more family. Yeah. What do you?
Perfect.
How's your highs and lows?
You know,
been?
mine, like, it's been super chill so far. We normally do a big family trip Memorial Day week and didn't do that this year. The last few.
Because why?
Last few have been a little stressful, a little bit of fighting. Last year, we took the kids camping in the Smokies. My parents were in an RV, you know.
I remember this, yeah.
Poured down rain.
Yep,
so
I
they were
remember this.
fine. I was in a tent with Ryan and our golden retriever at the time was 15 and our son.
Oh,
And
he
so-
shit all over the tent.
Yeah, it was pouring down rain. The dog shit in the tent. Our 5-year-old peed in the
remember
tent.
this? Yes.
And we literally like both set up in the middle of the night and we're like, we're leaving tomorrow.
We're not doing this
we didn't
anymore.
Stay.
No.
So we didn't do anything this year. So
Was it lovely?
it was, I was gonna say it's a sneaky high. Like we
Lovely.
like cleaned up the house and hung some pictures and hung up outdoor speakers. Like super boring, but it was like just knocking some things off the to-do list.
Well, plus you were completely devastated and depressed because I was not here.
Right. I mean, that was my low.
I really
That
don't
was
know
my
how
low.
you got up out of bed every day and survived, but you're welcome. I'm back.
I mean, it did make work way less boring. My low is kind of funny. I haven't told you yet. Or I did, because you helped me last week. I got Invisalign a couple months ago because I'm trying to like be my hottest when I turn 45, which is so stupid, but just struggling
I
with
couldn't
aging.
support it more. Yeah,
so I'm
we
like, well, I'm going to do Invisalign. But I've got TMJ, so I can't
do
eat.
anything. Yeah.
I mean, I can only open up my mouth like
It's like
this
your mouth
big.
is wired shut. You're going to be
It's
so
terrible.
skinny.
Now
This is amazing.
That's what I'm hoping.
Yeah.
That eventually it will mean that I weigh less. But I can't eat anything except for soft food.
I had terrible TMJ. It's
terrible.
I don't really know how I got rid of it, but I did have a lot of like mandible massage.
Oh, did you? Yeah.
Which is, remember when I was doing to your like
You did.
jaw right
It made
here?
it feel a lot
Yeah.
better. And I thought it had resolved yesterday when I was driving the kids home from camp. And I opened my mouth to yawn and my jaw popped. And now it's popped every time that I eat.
No, that's what it does. And
It's awful. It hurts like crazy.
You just get used to it. It's fine.
I don't know.
It won't be that long with it.
We'll see.
What plans
Oh, wait.
do you...
Do you have a low? Any low? Or I guess your trip was your high low.
Oh, do I have a low? Well...
Funny you should ask.
Funny you should ask. So while I was in Portugal, I had my neighbor's 150-foot pine tree snap and fall on my property. It's still currently there. It punctured my screened-in porch roof, and I haven't gotten around to calling my homeowners yet because I fucking have been underwater on other things. And then last night, actually, I was at my house, and the Grubhub driver came. And my dog, Maxie, who we lovingly nicknamed the little bastard, he's a 9-pound Australian Terrier who looks like a Yorkie. My daughter opened the door after the lady was already like back at her car, and Max took off out the door and bit her. But I don't know that he actually bit her because he's got really dull teeth. But she had 3 marks on her leg, which I immediately was like, oh my God, are you okay? And I went and got her alcohol and some Neosporin and a big Band-Aid. And she called 2 police officers and the fucking ambulance to come, which it's not, she wasn't bleeding. So the fuckery that goes on, I have no idea. I just sat there and was like, you've got to be kidding me with this bullshit. But apparently it happened. So I guess I need to tell my homeowner's insurance about that too. But it's really like, can you just fucking kick the dog? It's 9 pounds. Like, did you play any sports in high school at all? Like, pretend it's a soccer
he's
ball.
a soccer
Pretend
ball
it's
size.
yeah, I mean, he's so little. Like,
Yeah.
being from North Carolina, I'm sure you also have broken up a lot of dog fights in the past. Like, I can break up a pit bull fight. You punch it in the asshole and its
Right.
jaw opens, right? So, I mean, like, I grew up breaking up dog fights. So the fact that you can't get a 9-pound fucking dog off your leg for 2 seconds is really just astounding to me. So I have no doubt I will be served with some sort of fucking paperwork. But I did talk to the cop, and I now have a citation. So
Oh my gosh.
we'll see how that goes.
The lawyer in me says save any video.
I know. I do. I've got it all on Ring camera and stuff. Like, but I mean, come on, man. Like, we lost more in Vietnam.
Well, good luck.
Yes, you gotta be kidding me with this bullshit. So that was my
Oh my gosh,
low.
what a nightmare.
It was a lot. It was a lot. So
Well, I hope the gin and tonic makes it feel a little better.
I do think that the gin and tonic will in fact help, and things will be good. What plans do you have this summer though?
So we go. Ryan's family has a lake house up in northern Wisconsin.
Okay.
So we head up there very soon. So we'll go up and go fish.
How long are you gone? You're usually gone for like 3 weeks.
Yeah, we're going for 10, 11 days this year. It gets really complicated with that many kids and sharing of meals and activities.
Family.
So, family. Yeah, it's family time. So it's not vacation, it's family time.
It's a trip.
So it is super fun though. My kids absolutely love
The
it.
pictures always look fun.
It's
So it
gorgeous.
looks beautiful.
And we're gone the 4th of July week. So I'm actually going to do something that I normally don't do. Is I'm not going to take my laptop. I know. And I'm just going to like if anything is an emergency, it can come across my phone, but I'm not going to get up and work. I'm going to go.
Rebecca, I am so proud of you.
Can you tell I've been in therapy this year?
I mean, you may have a fucking panic attack while you're up there, but I've never been more proud of you in my entire life. Yeah. That's awesome.
I'm going to go read and relax. Nothing happens 4th of July week from like a legal standpoint. I mean, Atlanta comes to a screeching halt.
I may actually be served for a dog bite case during that fucking time period. So be prepared.
Luck. Call me if you do.
Yeah.
So we do that. So we're going to go fishing. The kids, we actually wrote a list of 100 things we wanted to do this summer that we've got hanging on the wall at the house.
The things you do as a mom. I mean,
you know,
Jesus
just to
Christ.
make sure we all have goals, right?
Like, I love it. I couldn't love it more. It's just nothing that would ever cross my mind.
Well, I also have 3 kids, so everybody's got their own.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to do some stuff. Yeah. But so I worked on it some more last week while Ryan was traveling, and I wrote my own edition. So it was like boozy brunch with girlfriends.
In.
Go to the beach.
Fine. Okay. In.
Yeah.
Also okay.
And so he goes, I mean, I thought this was supposed to be about the kids. And I go, we didn't limit it to the kids. And I love a boozy brunch. So
there's actually nothing better than a boozy brunch. So you
travel all the time. I think I would like to have a boozy brunch on a Saturday or Sunday.
I will participate in it and help.
Perfect.
Yeah, I'm in. In. So that lake, and then anything else?
So we have auto torts where we get together with the rest of the lawyers in Georgia to learn more about auto cases.
So if anybody had heard about heard the podcast with Eric Rogers, our dear friend who is the trucking expert, that is auto torts, where the SWAT team showed up after those high school boys flipped our fucking golf carts, little trash.
Bunch of jerks.
So that is coming up. Yes, that's July. And then after that, I leave for the Dude Ranch in Canada. That's actually my most favorite thing that I'm
I think I'll have
for.
so much fun.
Yeah, it'll be amazing. A week of horseback riding and pretending I'm on Yellowstone. I don't fucking know. God, I hope one of those guys show up.
Is it Rip? God, that's so hot.
God, he's so hot. But I did just start watching 1923, and whoever that guy is, the Dutton, that's like the...
is that Matthew McConaughey Dutton, or is that a different one?
He looks kind of like
Tim
Matthew
McConaughey.
No.
Tim McGraw?
No,
Is he still hot?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Maybe.
Was he ever?
I don't think he was ever
Really
on. I'm not really
voice.
sure. He definitely had a good voice. But no, this is the Dutton guy that is like the African hunter man. Have you watched 1923 yet? The prequel to Yellowstone?
No.
Jesus Christ. Well, I can't ruin it for you. He's so hot, though.
Okay.
He's hotter than...
I'll check. I'll put it on my...
he's hotter than the Yellowstone hot one now, the current one. The
Rip.
Well, yeah, he's hot. But the son, blonde hair.
Jamie.
Ew, gross.
Oh, not that one. I'm the lawyer.
I quit. No, thank God we have different taste in men. Not
the weird
not
lawyer
that
one.
guy. No. So anyway,
he's smart though.
Yeah, he is. Yes, he is smart and conniving as fuck. But no, we are going to have the best time on the Dude Ranch for a week. Just Adeline and I riding horses and whitewater rafting and archery and target shooting and
perfect.
I don't know. I'm going to fucking eat baked beans out of a can. Who fucking knows what I'm going to do? It's going to be
amazing. As long as they don't have green peppers.
Oh, God, no. That'll be bad. Yeah, I am highly allergic to green bell peppers. If anybody wants to see me get real skinny very quickly, that is the trick right
well,
there.
Speaking of great shows, I have 2 that I want you to watch. We talked before about Love and Death on HBO.
Yes.
I have now finished Love and Death, and it's this true crime show story about this woman, Candy, who kills her lover's wife. Long story short, I'm not ruining anything because if you Google it, true story, is in the 80s, early 80s. But the attorney who gets her off in trial.
In many ways.
Anyway, his name is Dan Crowder in real life. The guy's name that plays him, I think, is Tom Pelphrey.
Okay.
Super hot. But why this is important is the trial takes place over the last 2 episodes. The trial's fascinating. He totally gets her off.
But did she in fact murder her?
She did, but the other lady came at her first with an axe. So it was definitely self-defense.
Well, she fucked her husband. So, I mean, like...
But she hadn't in a long time. I don't know.
She hadn't in a long time? Was that a legal argument?
I don't know.
It's been 33 days. The statute of limitations is up on allowing to kill somebody with an axe for fucking your husband.
Totally felt it. But the cool part is this attorney, Dan Crowder, was actually a personal injury lawyer and was friends with Candy. He was not a criminal lawyer, but he crushed it. And so, like, of course, shockingly, I deep dove on the whole thing and did a lot of research on him. But they say a lot of the reason that they think that he did so well and he was successful was he kind of like humanized her and made this story about her a lot like personal injury lawyers do with juries, and try to build some compassion and things like that with juries. So
imagine trying to steal another woman's husband. How hard it must have been for her to bang him repeatedly.
She showed up to check on her and help with the kids. She was being very thoughtful when she stopped by that day.
Wait, was she friends with the wife? I can't fucking watch this shit.
Yeah, they were friends.
Like this. Okay, I can't. We're done. Shit like that makes me. I'd be like, oh my God, stop.
Well, I highly recommend it, but I'm telling you, the attorney, smoking hot. He does such a great job.
How many episodes is this?
I think it's 7 or 8. And it's like a limited series on HBO. Okay. Like there won't be another one.
Okay.
And then the other thing I'm watching that I think you'll definitely like is Yellow Jackets it's a Cinemax, or it's either Cinemax or Showtime, but it's on Prime.
There's like it's almost like a female Lord of the Flies, right? Like they're like in the woods, like running around. Mm-hmm. Do they kill each other?
Yeah.
In really
eat each other, maybe.
They cannibals? No.
They were in the woods for 18 months. Why are you
watching fucked up shows like this?
I don't know.
You're like,
I'm always like,
this is amazing.
In fact, my parents just dropped off a box of all this random crap from my childhood, and I forgot how weird I used to be. Oh, and so I opened up a box today, and it's like I was super into Ethan Allan Poe and like Stephen King.
Edgar Allan Poe?
Yeah.
Ethan Allan Poe? I'm like, is that the furniture designer
right when I said it.
Or Ethan Hawke, the actor? or
Edgar Allan Poe. So I open up this box, and so it's like my Stephen King books, all of my Edgar Allan Poe stuff, like all this weird dark art that I was doing for a while. Like I went through some weird phases.
You also did like the hot lesbian short haircut. The really, really hot, what is the Basic Instinct movie? What's her name? With the
Sharon Stone.
Sharon Stone, the hot, yes, you did that. That was a bold move in high school, circa 1997. Rebecca Kirkland Allberg.
Yeah, I don't recommend it.
Fuck no.
Yeah, 96. I broke up with my boyfriend. My hair was your length, and I literally walked into my hair salon, and I go,
shave it off.
Make me look like Sharon Stone. And when I showed up at school the next day with my brothers, somebody asked who the new Kirkland boy was.
Oh, God, I would beat somebody's ass. God, people are so
mean.
So mean.
But I was like skinnier. I mean, I had the face for it.
No,
then.
like you could do. I mean, I think the only person that has it, oh my God, oddly enough, this is bringing me back to my dream last night where my hair fell out. So, and I was thinking, fuck, I'm going to have to get an eating disorder or start like some sort of amphetamine drug habit so I could get skinny enough to pull it off because my hair literally fell out and I was completely bald. And I was like, well, the only person that can pull this shit off is Charlize Theron. Mm-hmm. Because she's stunning.
Gorgeous.
She's 100% on. I think she's on most men and women's cheat lists.
Well, she's on Ryan's, but after the episode where we were joking about Ryan's cheat list, I got home that day and he texted and he goes, do we have cheat lists? I was like, everybody has cheat lists. Like, we've definitely
We were talking about your cheat list, Ryan, not hers. But yes, I will fight your husband for Charlize Theron all day.
Well, if your hair does fall out, you don't have to go through such drastic measures. You can just go on Ozempic like everybody else in Atlanta, and you will be a waif in no time.
Skinny bitches. I know. Damn them.
I'm not going to do it. I love food way too much.
No, well, and I've got a lot of concerns about what it's going to do to your body and how long do you have to stay on it. And if you go off of it, are you going to, I mean, I guess we'll find out because I would probably say 80% of our friends are currently on it. Everybody looks phenomenal.
They look amazing.
But they all could be dead tomorrow.
Yeah,
I don't know what's going to happen to them. We'll just find out.
I think I'd rather be kind of fat and happy.
I do.
think I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Again, you can just go through a fucking divorce and lose 30 pounds. Like, it's fine. Like, a lot of cortisone going through your body. Cortisol. So anyway, I wanted to talk today about you because we did a little thing about me a little while ago, and I thought it would be very important for our listeners to get to know who the hell you are. Because you're one of the most amazing people that I've ever met and my law partner, and I couldn't love you more. So you were raised in Hickory, North Carolina, the hotbed of country Piedmont area of North Carolina. Tell me, how was that?
I thought you were going to say methamphetamine. We'll say
No,
It wasn't that big. When I was in high
It
school.
was near Ethan Allen Poe's house where they make furniture. So no, but no, I know a lot of places in North Carolina that are the methamphetamine capitals. I know a lot of people from those areas. Hickory's not one of them.
No, Hickory's great. Furniture capital.
Furniture
of the world.
capital.
Yep.
So you grew up there. How was that?
It was awesome. In fact, my mom's a real estate agent still to this day there. My dad's used to be a medical device rep. He's retired. But my mom routinely calls and will say, "Hey, Rebecca, there's a new house on the lake for sale, half the price of yours, movie room in the basement."
For you to move back to Hickory?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Listen,
I
Harriet.
say no.
Listen, Harriet. I love you. You're not taking away my law partner. I'd have to kill you.
But no, it was a great place to grow up. I mean, the nice thing, everybody knew everybody else. So, like, if we were trying to sneak out or spend the night somewhere, all of the parents were friends. So, like, you could...
Oh, busted.
Yeah, you might get away with something for, like, 2 or 3 hours,
Yep.
and then, like, a parent would immediately show up and be like, "Hey, I knew Scott and Debbie were out of town, so why don't y'all all get in my station wagon?" And we'd all go home.
Already talked to all the parents. Get in right now. You guys are all fucking around.
It was a great place to grow up, you know. And I went to Chapel Hill with most of my friends.
With me?
Yeah, with you, but I didn't know you
We
yet.
didn't know each other. We did make out with some of the same guys.
Yeah.
One in particular gave a lot of STDs to girls in younger generations after us.
Allegedly,
Thank
yeah.
God, allegedly. Thank God neither one of us ever slept with him. Praise Jesus. But yeah, that we knew some of the same people.
We did. We knew some of the same people.
Went to the same clubs.
We did. Yep. Players. I had my PDC card.
Yeah.
Hung out at Players all the time. Shot another dance club. Yeah. All the dancing.
With the Holy Grail.
Yep.
Drank
And
those
blue
a lot.
motorcycles.
You were always on the dance floor. I was always shooting pool. That's why we didn't mix.
Oh, yeah. And we were fortunate that when we went to college, I know you liked the baseball guys.
I did.
I was in the same dorm my freshman year with basketball players, and then
I did like some. Yeah, they were
so
super
cute.
nice
And we had
guys.
Antoine Jameson and Vince Carter. All of them were with us. I didn't know them personally, but Julius Peppers would always go to the same club that I went to.
Yes.
And I every Thursday would like run up and dance around Julius, and I'd be like, "Hey, Julius,"
and
he would never dance with me.
I might have
This is my other flirting with football players that don't want anything to do with
well,
me.
he was currently banging one of my sorority sisters at the time, so I think that's why.
Oh well,
but whatever.
he was a super nice guy.
So nice.
no.
He was so nice. They were all great guys. So you went to Carolina. You graduated in 2001, same time I did. Vince Carter came back and graduated with us. Cheers, Vince. We love you. And then what did you do?
So I'd been in a long-term relationship with the same gentleman for most of college, and I kind of like felt a little.
Was this a guy from out of town, played football?
Football player? Yeah,
Football
I thought
player.
it was going to be NFL, so I was big on. I was planning on being a football wife. Anyway, long story short, something felt amiss. So
Shocking.
My parents always joke that if I ever announced I'm going backpacking out west and that I'll be back later, that times are changing. So I go out west and backpack.
You cut your bangs, didn't you?
My hair had, thank God, grown out. Go backpacking out west, and I come back home, and I was like, breaking up with you. I'm moving to Charleston, and I went and hung out and was a paralegal.
You had a lot of fun in Charleston.
I had a great time in Charleston.
I've heard about the parties in Charleston.
So fun. I lived.
When you're 20s.
I was in my 20s, yeah.
Okay.
Lived on Sullivan's Island. We had a disco ball in our main room.
As you should.
Bikini dance parties all the time.
Hold please really fast. So I will say something about Rebecca that I think I may have said. I've mentioned it multiple times, but Rebecca happens to be the best dancer I've ever met personally. Like, she is a phenomenal dancer. She looks great on DeJohnny's dance floor. She's got all of the moves. It is sexy. It is fun. It is fantastic. So, but Rebecca, one of the first things that she told me, or she didn't tell me, I think she just like accidentally spilled it, was that she would do dances, like amazing dances, as like a seduction thing. Like there was a Britney Spears Toxic. Was it Toxic? No.
Oh, God, it wasn't toxic. Stronger. I did. I had a CD of like
post club, I might make out with you, I may not, dances. Is that what it was?
It may have been.
God
but yeah,
damn
so
it.
I've got choreographed dances to that. A few other things. Sarah always
I have begged her multiple times to show me these dances. I was like, I will ply you with liquor and I'll go buy you a hat, like, right? And maybe a boa. I don't know what your props were. I'm not going to judge, but I need to see these dances. She's not done it yet, but so when she talks about the disco ball in Charleston, I'm like, girl.
Oh yeah. Well, we all had our own songs. Mine was a Little Kim song. Because we all had our own dances.
How many licks does it take till you get to the? I knew it. Look at me.
I mean, it's so filthy.
I do. I know you really well.
If I ever hear Hayden singing that song, I'll be like, nope, I have failed as a mother.
No. They all know the Body Shop song and all the worst ones.
Which are
like
all, they're so gross now.
Or whatever that is. Yeah,
I love that song. So then after that, I actually worked as a paralegal in Charleston, and I figured out
that you didn't want to be a paralegal.
I was like, this is terrible. They're all on their boats Friday.
You're working your ass off.
Yeah, and I'm there. Yeah. So I was like, well, I'm just going to be a lawyer. So I went to law school at University of South Carolina. Had an excellent time.
Not Carolina, in case anyone is from the University of South Carolina is confused by that. Yeah. Carolina is UNC. Okay.
Yeah, not the same.
Sorry. Very passionate about that.
And ended up staying in Columbia, South Carolina for 12 years before we moved to Atlanta. Loved Columbia. Great place to live.
Beautiful.
Super hot, but a great place.
And then you had babies where?
I had twins in Columbia.
Boy and girl.
Boy, girl. They're now 11. And then we moved to Atlanta. And then I had...
You banged Satan and you had George.
Yeah.
Surprise.
Then I had surprise baby George, who was 6.
Yes. How... And then, so you moved to Atlanta. Was that your decision to move to Atlanta, or did Ryan's job move him to Atlanta? How'd you guys end up in Atlanta?
We moved here because of Ryan's job. I was actually a partner at a defense firm. Loved my job. I did find that billing time and trying to take care of kids and do all the
very
things.
Difficult.
Yeah, like all women in our generation think we can have it all. That was pretty much
fucking
impossible.
And impossible, yeah.
So when he had a great opportunity for us to come to Atlanta, and we came here, took the Georgia bar, briefly worked at a defense firm, and then, I've never hated injured workers or injured people. Like, I've always felt really, I always did a great job as a defense lawyer.
Right.
But I just never,
but your heart wasn't in it.
Yeah, I didn't feel good about it. No. I didn't like arguing that somebody shouldn't get a knee replacement because they had years of obesity or something, right? Like, if you got hurt at work and you had a knee replacement, you should get a freaking knee replacement.
Fix them.
That's why you have the insurance. And so I think that just really bothered me. So I switched sides, and now I represent injured people.
And how long have you been on the plaintiff side?
Since 2016. So
that's
7 years.
I couldn't love that more. Well, you do a phenomenal job.
Thank you. I love it.
Helping injured workers, but also I think that there's not a lot always talked about in our line of work is how to be a successful mother and a successful lawyer at the same time, because I think pretty much all of us always feel like you're failing at everything, right? It's not that you're killing everything. You are fucking failing at every single thing, whether it's you snapped at your kid because they couldn't get their shoes on in time because you're late for a deposition, or you're in a deposition and you get a call from the school and one of your kids is sick and you've got to fucking leave. So you and I have talked a lot about that and how difficult that is for women, but you make it look pretty damn effortless. From an outsider watching it.
Oh, you're sweet.
No, it's
true.
on
the inside, it's not. It's so hard. And I think, it's kind of a blessing and a curse of our generation, right? Like our moms and the generation before them fought so hard for us to be able to work and earn as much as men and be in the courtroom with men and do all of that stuff. And we are so lucky. But doing that and lawyering just like a guy does and also managing children that's the curse, right? It is. It is so hard. So,
right. Well, most of our male colleagues, a lot of them, their wives are at home. They are at home and they have nannies and they, have childcare and they do all the things. Oh, yeah. And when you are the primary person, that is hard. But you have 3.
I do. So I think I've had to learn to kind of be chill and if if my schedule gets thrown off, I just have to kind of accept it. Like I try not to get rattled by it. I try to be really straightforward with opposing counsel if something does get screwed up. I'm fortunate in that when Ryan is in town, if I've got something important going on, I'll be like, hey, look, man, it's you today. Like somebody's got stretch the road. I can't. But I think also having good, like, supportive other friends that are doing it as well, like you and like a lot of our friend group, because it's hard. And some of it, you just need to have somebody to talk to about it and be like, oh my God, should I keep doing this? I want to quit. And having a fellow working mom say, hey, I know it's hard. Can just suck it up. Next week will be better. Also, I mean, people joke all the time, like particularly looking at, on my Instagram feed or Facebook feed, they're like, you literally never stop moving. And that is the truth. Like I literally, I'm either working, chasing kids.
We get that comment all the time where they're like, do you guys actually sleep? Because there is something every single fucking day. And it's usually something for the kids and something for work.
Oh, yeah.
So you do work, kids, work.
Yep. That's what I do. And my calendar for this week, it's very organized, but every day it's like work, pick up, spend special time with the kids and do my things with them, work, and then, they all sleep in my bed.
Right. Oh, and Adeline has permanently moved into my bed at this point in time. I'm just like, whatever, I'm fine. So I've got her and the 80-pound lab, and then, apparently the bite-ass dog that I also have.
Little bastard.
Every little bastard's also sleeping with me. So,
but yeah, I don't know that, I certainly don't know that I figured it out. I just keep swimming, like old Dory says, right?
But I think it is super important to have other women in the community that are also in the same type of thing. And, I've got, you've got best friends that do finance. I've got best friends that do like HR stuff. And being able to talk to them as well that, that just work their asses off and trying to be a mom at the same time. It's so vital as a woman to have that outlet because, again, there is not a one fucking day out of the week that I wake up and I go, yes, I am killing this today. Like I'm killing it. This is awesome. It's every day going, well, I fucked that up, didn't I?
Right. Just figure out the best balance.
But from like the outside, everybody sees is you're totally killing it.
Yeah.
I mean, like I've joked multiple times with you that you will be beatified and put into sainthood for the shit that you do as a mom with, again, I can't stress this enough of how much I respect you based on, multiple reasons, but I have one child and she is in all sense fairly angelic and doesn't have any, there's no problems there, right? Like she does sports, she's good. It's just constant and it's exhausting. Right? Just with one kid where I can literally say, do you need a moment? And she'll say, you know what, Mommy? I do need a moment. And she will go sit her ass down and watch some TV and chill out. And then she'll come back 10 minutes later and be like, I feel better. What do you want to do today?
Yeah, that doesn't happen in my house.
That does not happen in your house. The pit bull
stuff that you were talking about earlier? Yeah. I'm basically breaking up dog fights.
All day, yeah. And
I think maybe I'm just kind of like, meh.
Yeah.
What's the worst that can happen today?
Your tolerance for bullshit is significantly
it is pretty high.
Higher than mine. Mine is extraordinarily low, shockingly enough.
And I'll say, also jokingly, I do read a lot of self-help books, and I
you do always have self-help.
Got a great therapist, so and I.
So, what are you currently going to be reading for the summer as well? If you're talking about self-help books, do you have any other self-help books that you're reading right now?
My favorite one I most recently read that I think you would enjoy was called "Unfuck Your Brain." I cannot remember the doctor who wrote it, but it was all about kind of like how our neurons hit and like if you've had a certain type of trauma in your life and you have like your brain gets rewired to have a certain reaction anytime something happens. Super good. Very good read.
Is that going to be the reason why I have a stroke? It's because my shit's already
so you need to
rewired.
You need to. So I actually listened to it on Audible. Okay. Highly recommend. I will listen to it. It's a short listen, but like just thinking about like brain science.
I might have seen that come across. But my sister was telling me about reworking your, flipping your nervous system, resetting your nervous system. And
it's similar to that. Yeah, it's all like retraining all of the pathways and all that stuff.
So the house that we had in Portugal one of the houses had a sauna and then a pool. And so she said that the way to unfuck your brain was to go sit in the sauna for fucking ever because it was hot as shit. And then jump in the plunge pool and then go back and forth. I had to have done it 8 times. I was like, wait, so this is going to help, right? Like, it's going to fix all my shit.
You seem super chill.
Right? Don't I? Yeah. I don't. The shit that went on while I was gone was absurd. But,
Okay, that's the self-help book.
Yep.
And then I did just order, it should arrive tomorrow, Outlander, because everybody keeps saying that's so good. So I'm taking that to the lake to read.
So I've read that series 3 times because I'm a psychopath. There is, it's all historical. It's historical fiction, but it's based on history, live events, and it takes you from the Scottish Jacobite uprising to France, and then Bonnie Prince Charles, and then the Cameroon uprising, the things down in the, in the Caribbean, where the slaves did
Ethan Allan Poe may have been
Ethan
there.
Allan Poe was definitely there. And then it brings you straight into the Revolution in the U.S., and it's all actually set in Western North Carolina, which is where I'm from, once they come back over to the U.S., but also like Cross Creek and bunches of places in like South Carolina lowlands that you will absolutely love in Savannah.
Oh, cool. Okay. I'm excited. Well, I got it because you said it was a very good,
Jamie,
hot
God,
read.
we all need our Jamie. That's the main character, and there's so much sex in that book. I think a lot of people have seen the show. It's on Starz,
Yes.
and it's critically acclaimed, primarily, I think, for the sex and that Jamie, the guy who plays Jamie. But you will love that book. I'm so excited.
I'll finish it up and then give it to my mother-in-law to finish up on vacation. That won't be awkward at all.
It's amazing. I have all the other ones, though, so you can borrow them.
Perfect.
But, so
good.
I think that our summer is looking pretty filled. Happy solstice.
Happy summer solstice. Well, cheers.
Should we do so they do have in the book, they do Beltane fasts or festivals and stuff. So we could put on like a white robe and like run around with like, like
flags
globes.
or flowers.
Yeah, flowers and do a May Day thing. I don't know.
Cheers to summer solstice. Thank you guys for joining us.
Yes, absolutely. And we'll see you next time. Happy summer.
Check us out on Apple, Spotify, and wherever you get your podcasts.